And joining us this morning to talk a little bit more about the Paycheck Protection Program is the man we just saw, Eric Bruen, the CEO of Desert Valley's Federal Credit Union. Thanks so much for waking up early with us this morning.
No problem. Thank you for having me, Danielle.
Absolutely. So this is just such a convoluted subject. When we first did that interview, it ended up taking almost 30 minutes because there's just so much to go over. Like you mentioned a lot in the story, there is a huge social incentive for you to help out all of these businesses because you said they just weren't getting help from the places that they were looking. Let's talk about some of the other incentives that financial institutions get from this too.
Well, one of the things that people don't realize is there is a motivation for financial institutions to get involved, and that's through an origination fee that SBA is providing to financial institutions to do this type of lending. There is a tiered percentage rate that is being paid by SBA for institutions to expedite these funds into the community. And I think that's something that's been lost sometimes in the conversation is that institutions are actually trying very, very hard to get these funds into the communities.
Mm-hmm. Where can people start out if they watched this and they thought, I need to look into this, but there's just so much information out there? Where could they begin with this?
The first place, obviously, is wherever your primary financial institution is to find out if they're participating. If they're not, then SBA has a list of lenders that are available. And then I think probably the best is just the word of mouth, is talk to fellow business owners, talk to other people in your community, that social media channels. There are lists of people, but really you want to find out that lender that's going to best meet your needs versus just some are automated, some are more personal level. It varies.
We talked a little bit about this in the story too, but it was so important to you to help out, especially in Eastern Kern County, because those areas might not have the resources that the city of Bakersfield does. But talk a little bit more about why you felt so strongly about helping.
Well, this is my home. I love Ridgecrest. I've been here 16 years. I will bleed and die for this community and for this institution. And the fact is that when you talk about changing people's lives and the credit union movement and what credit unions do as a core principle, I get the opportunity to really help and connect with the 72 people that we've served through this program. And I know every single one of those people not only appreciate, but we truly made a difference in their lives in a moment of crisis. We offered a hand up rather than a boot down in a moment that they desperately needed to hear a confidence, a relief. My email last night said, "You're submitted, rest easy tonight. Money's on its way." Something so simple as that is just a message of hope that so many of our small businesses, especially the 5 to 10 people, businesses, they need right now. They need to hear that from people. They want to hear that from somebody.
How long could that process end up taking from the moment someone reaches out to ask you about this to the time the money gets deposited in their account?
So that would have been relative to when round one or round two funding occurred. So round one, it was about 72 hours from the time we got it submitted to SBA. Since they opened round two on Monday, we'll have all 31 of the people in our round two funded before the close of business tomorrow. So
Great.
Roughly 5 days.
There are some businesses that are not covered by the Paycheck Protection Program. Where can they go? What are their other options?
So the best option right now, I know it's gotten a bad mark in the first few days, is the EIDL, or the Economic Injury and Disaster Loan, also managed by the SBA, which provides a grant fund for the number of employees you have. So it's $1,000 per employee up to $10,000. But that is a grant, not a loan that is immediately available. And they were backlogged. Obviously, each of these programs are introduced, and the flood of need that came in was so dramatic that they got backlogged. But they are definitely making progress on those programs, and that would be the next one I would turn to, is the EIDL. The other one is also just talk to the institution, talk to local credit unions. Just about every local credit union that I've spoken to, especially Valley Strong, I know in the Bakersfield area, and Safe, they are doing emergency relief loans for people. They're not going to get $30,000 in payroll money, but if they need to get through a month or get through sometimes, we're here to try and help through that.
All right, Eric, thank you so much for getting up early, joining us this morning.
Thank you for the opportunity, and best wishes to the entire Kern County. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy.
Awesome, Eric. Thank you so much.